Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Since the 2012 halving, Bitcoin is up more than 500,000%. Can you imagine? From $12 to nearly $70,000 per coin. The majority of that price discovery happened in 3 windows that lasted a grand total of less than 2 years. So this is the magic of the markets, okay? The other 10, roughly 10 years, Bitcoin was either moving sideways or it was down. Each of these runs kicked off in the year after the halving event. So another interesting observation here from Kaleo on Twitter after the halving event. Okay, so you got to remember November 2012, we did see a halving, also July 2016 in and around here, May of 2020 in and around here, and of course the latest one, April 2024 was in and around here. And guys, the majority of those gains happen after the halving. So into 2025, this is where the bull run is projected to top out. For more information on what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you want to see my picks, want to see my targets, all that fun stuff. I'm also going to be hosting a live Q&A session for all the Patreon subscribers. It is only $5 a month, and patreon.com/workingmoneychannel is where you'll find me. This is the biggest problem people have, right? As much effort as everyone on here puts into trying to nail an expect price of each local bottom and each local top, it's all noise in the big picture. And this is the thing, right? We can try to really kind of analyze it and pinpoint it. We can, take it in stride, look at broader pictures, and try to place less stress on ourselves. This is historically the best place you can possibly buy several months after the halving, ranging beneath the previous cycle's all-time high. Is there a scenario where Bitcoin could dip back into the 40s or 50s for a brief moment here? Sure, but it shouldn't distract you from the violent up-only price action that's just around the corner. So this is going to be the fun part, guys, the euphoria phase of the market. Of course, XRP has, as of the time of this recording, has been pumping, just kind of seemingly out of nowhere. And some other indicators are suggesting XRP could, in fact, fly high this bull run. Looking at the macro factors, too, in, the entire crypto market, but also with regards to other socio-political events, but also other markets, I think is very important to keep tabs on. Raoul Pal posted this: macro summer is beginning to take hold and should last at least for the rest of 2024 and into 2025. So he posted a few charts here. 2-year yields have formed a large top with a potential objective to 2.5%. So I'm just going to show you guys some charts here. The NDX has probably completed a healthy correction as well. So we're seeing that basing on that trend line, forming support down and around here. We also have the election years, okay? S&P 500 versus the S&P 500 seasonality. You compare that regular years to an election year. Very telling to see what markets do during an election year. Bitcoin is already soon to break out of the giant cup and handle to head into the banana zone. So that is really what we're looking at, okay? Building on top of this support here, getting up above all-time high. And if we can build support on top of that all-time high, that is going to be good for Bitcoin. Gold should see its next leg higher soon as well. So gold has also been an interesting chart to look at. Let me just bring up gold here on the, we'll put it on the, on the weekly, at least for now. Gold, actually, let me throw it on the daily. Gold is also looking very bullish, which is interesting because generally speaking, what happens with precious metals is that we see a downturn when markets are moving up. But gold, for whatever reason, we're seeing something a little different this time around. Gold right now trading at $23.90 an ounce. So gold ripping it. It's good to see. Interesting to say the least. I mean, many factors are going to play into, well, how high some of these cryptocurrencies go. Year-to-date institutional flows of crypto ETPs. Okay, this one courtesy of Michael Branch. They've gone up as well. Digital asset manager CoinShares says that institutional crypto investors are pouring record-breaking inflows into crypto exchange traded products. So ETPs specifically, and those numbers were from 2024. In its latest digital asset fund flow report, CoinShares says that despite the muted week of $245 million in net inflows, digital asset investment products reached new year-to-date records last week. Here is the quote, guys. Digital asset investment products saw a relatively muted $245 million in U.S. funds of inflows last week. Although this obscures a mixed picture for various digital assets, trading volumes rose to the highest level since May of about 14.8 billion for the week, helped by the recent Ethereum ETF launches. Recent price appreciation has brought total assets under management to $99.1 billion US, while total inflows year to date are a record-breaking $20.5 billion. So there are some statistics there for you guys. I will link this in the description if you want to read further. Thought that was interesting. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. And also the building, guys. Building on the XRP ledger. That is, well, the real world portion of this. That's what's going to get more demand for XRP over the long term. So Vitsvin just came out with a big announcement. I wanted to share a little bit about the JS hooks on the Exao network. Today, we launched a testnet for the JS hooks amendment, adding support for custom logic deployed on the ledger. And they're doing this in plain JavaScript. So really opening it up for a lot of different developers to make it easy for them to build on the platform there. For years, we've been hearing big promises about blockchain's potential, but let's be honest, development has often been a headache. Complex frameworks, steep learning curves, and a solution that doesn't quite fit real-world needs. That's why we're genuinely excited about JS hooks. It's not another overhyped feature. It's a practical tool that addresses real problems. Here's the deal. JS hooks lets you write custom logic for the blockchain in JavaScript. Yes, plain old JavaScript, the same language you probably use every day, well, at least for developers. What does this mean in practice? It means you can create solutions that actually fit your specific needs. Whether you're dealing with unique regulatory requirements or trying to solve a particular business problem, you can now tailor your blockchain logic precisely. So guys, what he's saying here, ultimately, opening it up and making it very easy for developers to kind of just jump on board. There's not going to be that same learning curve that developers have needed in the past. It says here the development process is faster and more intuitive. You can iterate quickly, test thoroughly, and deploy with confidence. It's the kind of workflow we've always wanted but rarely got in the blockchain workspace. So another new feature here, guys. He states down here it's about making blockchain technology more accessible, more flexible, and more useful in the real world, and that's something we can all get behind. While working on documentation and tooling, we'll start testing now on a live consensus-enabled JS hooks testnet instead of our local machines. The first proof of concept will work on have a clear use case in our commercially viable products for the smart monitoring and servicing industry. So all developed on the Exao network, guys. The hooks amendment running on the XRP ledger. So wanted to thank Vitsvin for posting that. Michael Branch with another update here, guys. Ripple said it will be part of Fenesbac's upcoming blockchain accelerator project. This happening in Brazil. So Ripple is joining the blockchain accelerator project. The blockchain firm aims to sponsor 2 fintech companies focused on leveraging blockchain technology, including the XRP ledger. So together with Fenesbac, Ripple will provide the startup with the necessary resources to scale their business and succeed within the crypto economy. The recent partnership marks the second collaboration between Ripple and Fenesbac to empower startups in Brazil, helping them reach their full potential. Now, just the other day, I did do a video talking about Russia's potential involvement and usage of the XRP ledger, partnering with Ripple. We heard about the pilot from back in 2018. There has been some new documentation where Russia has acknowledged Ripple. But also in that same video, I did talk a little bit about the integration and the partnership that Ripple does have with Brazil. Now, you got to remember, Brazil is one of the major member nations of the BRICS alliance. They also have a huge economy. Ripple's partnered with their central bank. So to see that there are more Brazilian-related projects that are going on here where Ripple is partnered with the country of Brazil, I'm starting to see a theme here, and I'm starting to think this could in fact be bigger than we initially thought. So previously, Ripple and Fenesbac worked together on a joint initiative with the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. At the time, the company said that initiatives explored the possibilities of blockchain interoperability solutions for Brazil and digital currency. But here, guys, they're looking to solve real-world financial problems, and that has always been, that's always been Ripple's MO. Here's a quote: "We are excited to continue our partnership with Fenesbac and empower Brazilian startups leveraging blockchain technology to address real-world financial challenges. As a global leader in financial innovation, we believe Brazil provides an ecosystem that fosters both technology advancements and progressive policies in blockchain." So they are on the right page. More blockchain development coming through Brazil from Ripple, guys. Wanted to thank Michael for pointing that out. Also this from Mike Manfield, guys. Ripple partner AirWallex taps Go Cardless for direct debits. Another Ripple partner continuing to forge new partnerships. Through Go Cardless Embed, a white label integration, AirWallex now connects Go Cardless's global bank payment network, helping AirWallex customers to expand into new verticals and use cases where direct debit is preferred. AirWallex has launched the service in the UK, with Europe expected to soon follow. The announcement is the latest move from AirWallex as a part of its commitment to supporting businesses of all sizes to achieve their global growth ambitions. Justin Leung, Financial Partnerships Manager at AirWallex, said, "Businesses of all sizes are looking at how they can adapt to evolving customer needs. The payments are no exception, with direct debit continuing to be a trusted and popular way to pay, especially with the rise of the subscription economy. We felt it was the perfect time to strengthen our offering so that our customers can better serve theirs." So that's the other thing, subscription economy, another model for businesses, something that has become more popular over the last 10, 15 years, I guess. If you're serving a global clientele, it's obviously, very useful, I guess, to leverage RippleNet technology through a Ripple partner like Airwallex. So it's a win-win for us to partner with Airwallex. This is another quote. "We're proud to add that their bank offering through Embed, giving them access to global networks is happening in a matter of weeks, while at the same time reaching thousands of new merchants through their platform." So they're already seeing the benefit of it. The partnership comes as Go Cardless research indicates that payment service providers, or PSPs, must continue to innovate and stay competitive and boost customer retention. Increasing payment choices was cited as a top priority for merchants when asked what they would like from their PSPs. 31% of businesses surveyed would be willing to pay more for a wider range of payment methods. Over a third of businesses, so 35%, want their PSP to offer direct debit, and more than a quarter, 27%, want them to offer open banking or other banking payment options. What we will eventually see too is not even having to think about which fiat currency or which asset you want to pay in. If everything is going to be streamlined on a ledger like the XRP ledger, then you'll be able to pay with anything of value. I mean, if you hold gold, that can be tokenized on the ledger and you can pay with a portion of your gold. Let's say you own 3 ounces of gold and gold is at $23.90 per ounce. Well, then you will have 3 ounces of gold, $23.90 times 3, you will have $7,170, so $7,170. And then, you can take a chunk of that and pay fractionally over the ledger if you decide to. So fiat, this concept of using fiat currencies for payments might just go out the window. I mean, sure, they will still exist in a large capacity, but and even cryptocurrencies, you can use fractions of a Bitcoin to pay for something. This is a new way of looking at payments, and I think that a lot of these companies are realizing that this is going to happen, and it's happening very, very fast. So interesting news here coming from Airwallex. Wanted to thank Mike Manfield for posting that. And looky here, guys, look at who is going to be attending the Digital Currency Conference coming up September 23rd and 24th. This tweet, courtesy of XRP, drops. It is Ripple and Stellar among the creme de la creme, the BIS, the IMF, Hyperledger, and the US Treasury, and dozens of central banks. So this just proves it, I think, in my opinion. Participating organizations. Okay, we got the Bank for International Settlements. I'm just going to name a few here. Bank of Canada, Bank of Central African States, the Bank of England, Bank of Ghana, Bank of Jamaica, Bank of Japan, Bank of Zambia. All central banks. Central Bank of Somalia, Central Bank of Nigeria, Central Bank of Indonesia, just to name a few more here. Deutsche Bank, Federal Reserve Financial Services. We got the IMF on here as well. Reserve Bank of New Zealand, Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, Reserve Bank of Fiji. We got Visa down here, US Treasury. Okay, Tata Consulting, they are huge and a Ripple partner. And then we got the Stellar Foundation and, of course, Ripple. So, we used to just see Ripple at these events. Now we're starting to see more and more. The Stellar Foundation is also being invited, I guess. I guess I should say being invited to these events, because there will not just be one cryptocurrency that rules them all, and XLM, very, very similar to XRP. So I could see how, both of these companies, not that they're in direct competition with one another, because I do believe there is a huge pie to be shared there, but I think it does speak volumes who they are inviting to these events, what cryptocurrencies are going to be meaningful in the future. So some good insight there. And the Cryptocurrency Conference is a premier event that focuses on the technology and design aspects of both central bank and private digital currencies. The conference brings together policymakers, regulators, and technology and innovation experts to network and discuss all aspects of digital currencies. So this event is happening again, like I said, in September of 2024 in London, England. So I will keep tabs on that and keep you guys updated if I see something worth noting. Wanted to thank XRP Drops for posting that. But guys, really right now what our focus should be on is this euphoria phase. Getting prepared, getting ready for the euphoria phase, having a plan. Remember, having a plan is very, very important. XRPnews.crypto posted this, okay? XRP likely to surge 60,000%. As monthly Bollinger Bands have been the tightest that we've seen in a long, long time, maybe the tightest ever. Okay, and the Bollinger Bands are just another indicator on the chart. I recently did a video on the Bollinger Bands, which I will try to find and I'll link up here, although maybe it might be a little outdated because, well, we have, obviously printed more candlesticks on the chart since, but this sentiment is based on this observation, okay, that XRP's monthly Bollinger Bands are currently the tightest they have ever been. Severino noted that monthly squeeze is even tighter than in 2017. So we are actually seeing a tighter Bollinger Band than we were in 2017, just before XRP went on to rally over 60,000%. So notably, in February 2017, when a significantly tight squeeze in the XRP Bollinger Bands was last seen, the asset traded with two leading zeros at around 0.0055. This previous squeeze led to a significant market surge. It resulted in XRP reaching its all-time high, of course, of $3.84 by January 2018. This rally represented a staggering 69,000%, over 69,000% increase from 0.0055 within a year. And the XRP community, I think I can speak on behalf of most of us, is hoping that we see the same kind of thing, right? Well, let's take a look at the Bollinger Bands. This was the tweet from Tony the Bull Severino. XRP monthly Bollinger Bands are the tightest ever, tighter than before the historic 60,000% rise that ended in 2018. So let's take a look, guys. Here is the, here's the indicator on the chart here. You can see in 2017, we were virtually touching that black line, but not quite. And guys, now we're actually even lower. So a tighter Bollinger Band squeeze, meaning that XRP has been trading in a very, very tight range for a very, very long time. And more pent-up demand, I mean, theoretically, could translate to a bigger burst once we do see the factors that will influence the launch kick in. So let's take some time right now to take a look at the XRP chart. And it's going to bring up XRP to USD, guys. As of the time of this recording, we're actually up even higher, 63.3. As of the time of this recording, let me throw that on the hourly. You guys can see XRP has been moving quite significantly so far today, at least as of the time of this recording. I'm going to throw XRP, though, on the weekly, and I'm going to throw on some Bollinger Bands. Let's throw on Bollinger Bands. Okay, let's throw them on there first, and then let's also bring up, so you guys can see just to show you, Bollinger Bands. Okay, once we do see a spike in price, they go very, very wide because the trading range extends. And we saw that back in 2017, twice, 2017, and then at the end of 2017 into early 2018, and then again during the last bull run. So this is a good indicator. Well, I mean, it's a bit of a lagging indicator, so it happens after the fact. But if we are to look at the point in time before the widening, okay, let me actually throw up another, let me just look at this. Bollinger Bands, I'm going to throw on this one too, okay, the bandwidth. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my cursor, and I'm just going to take it from, well, I guess we can do two measurements, from in and around here, okay, guys? So right before we did see that uptick, you guys can see it was at 55.62. So let's add some text on there, 55.62, just so we remember what those numbers are there. Okay, so in and around there, 55.62. And if we were to take a same measurement here from where it was basically in here, okay, guys, I guess we could take it from the lowest point, but I'm not even going to take it from there. I'm going to take it from in and around here. We're at about 39.00. So 39.00. Okay, so how much more is that percentage-wise? Let's type that in, 55.62 minus 39.00. Okay, and then we're going to divide it by 39.00. Okay, and then we're going to multiply that by 100. So that is about 42.6% tighter. Okay, now let's just get rid of these indicators here because I want to see a clean chart here. So I'm just going to get rid of those. All right, but we have those figures now, 42.6% higher than what we saw from back in here. Now, I'm just going to take this range in here, okay? And at that point, guys, what did we see? We saw an increase of XRP going up about, from bottom to top, about 7,527%. But if we were to add on an extra 42.6% onto that, so 42.6, 7527 plus 42.6%, that would be an extra 3,206%. So let's add that, 3206. So 3206 plus 7527. Guys, that would mean the equivalent of about 10,700%. So if we were to take it, let's take it from the bottom here, up to 10,000, what did I say? 10,733%. Whoops. Where would that bring us? 10,733 roughly. Could that bring us to an XRP worth about $42.13, based on the fact that the Bollinger Bands are over 42% tighter than they were back in 2017? You know, come to think of it, I was going to take two measurements, but because we are seeing that, this particular triangular pattern, very, very similar to what we're seeing now on the chart, I think it would be more accurate if we were to just calculate it from there. However, I wouldn't scoff at a $42 XRP. Now, that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.